Hi, Ken. So this is going to be a general reading for your sign between the week of the 29th to the 5th of October. Let's begin. Ken, so you might feel like something's trying to get you, somebody's trying to really get your attention. Really, they've been keeping an eye on you. I feel like this is in regards to love. Somebody's really been keeping their eye out on you, and they're almost like pestering you at this time, pestering you to get your attention, because they feel like you're ignoring them. Um, you don't feel a particular way about this person, whoever this person is. They feel like more of an annoyance for you. You've been really focusing on other things here. You're not really focused on this person or love in particular, is what I'm getting here. Let's dive deeper. So you have been working your pre-week energy here before you begin the week. You have really been working within yourself in regards to bettering your life, bettering yourself in general. You've really taken. Oh, that's really annoying. Anyway, you I mean, the seagull's been annoying me for a few days. It does since I've been in this place. It's just been sleeping by like my window. Every time I'm by the window, it watches me like it's like watching me. Um, it's just really annoying. I just started a reading. It was quiet. There was nothing going on, and all of a sudden, you got this annoying seagull. I feel like this person's almost like the seagull for you. They're just very annoying. But you've been really working within yourself, mastering yourself in general. You've been mastering your skills within your life. You've been very determined. I feel like you've understood that where your priorities lie within your life. You've realized that you need to focus more or less on yourself and mastering yourself, and then you're able to go after what it is that you desire, because what you then desire will be true to who you are if you're able to master yourself. And you've just been diligently working away, almost like in silence, working in silence towards bettering yourself in all areas of your life, just mastering your own skill set. Mastering skills don't have to be necessarily like your profession or something, but your skills within you, like how you feel about things and how you perceive things, and how you your emotions, the way you think about things. Like you've really been focused on everything, like in general in your life, trying to master your skills, basically master yourself, in a nutshell. And you're seeing a lot of progress within this. You're seeing a lot of things. You're seeing a lot of increase within your love, like within your love for yourself. You're beginning to love yourself. You have loved yourself like a lot more than you have previously. Like your love is increasing as the more you work on yourself, the more your love for yourself, just like your love in general, because it's increasing. You're noticing your relationships are a lot better. The people you meet, the standard of people you meet now is a lot higher than before. Like you're meeting people, and you're kind of like it's really unexpected, because you're really set in people are a certain type of way. Like it was a um, negative association you had with people. You're like, people are really much, they're terrible, basically, they're horrible. And you're now in this situation where you're like looking at people a bit differently. you're not thinking so much that they're horrible and terrible anymore. Like it's unexpected for you. You're just like, where are these people coming from? Like my whole life, like I've been meeting the same kinds of people. Why is it all of a sudden that things are different now? Um, and this has kind of made you to believe in romance again, believe in that you can have a romantic life, like you can live with love. I feel like you've been disconnected from the idea of love. You've kind of been seeing things objectively. You've not been looking at things really like from a place of love. And you're beginning to follow your heart now in situations. You've been looking at things more logically, coming up to this point, like you've been really like looking at things logically. Now you're looking at things from a point of view, um, from following your heart. You're really following your heart in situations, trying to get to, you know, a happier life. And you know that by following your heart, you can never make a decision wrong. Like you'll never be in a situation where you feel like not you feel like, but you know you won't have any regrets because you're going after what you desire as opposed to what you think is good for you. And by going after what you desire, it's like your mind is really focused on this desire, whatever the desire could be. It's a heart's desire, and your mind is really focused on, should I do it, should I not do it? And you sort of stay in this sort of contemplative mode where like, should I do it, should I not do it, should I do it, should I not do it? And you give a lot of energy away to this idea, just because you haven't done it. Like it's just an idea, but you're giving it a lot of your attention because you haven't actually physically done it. And you're sort of freeing that energy up by doing these things now. Like you're bringing a lot more of your energy back into yourself. You're not giving your energy away to ideas anymore. You're giving your energy to yourself now by following your heart, because you're allowing yourself to do these desires, and it's allowing your mind to be free of what this could be like or what that could be like. This is a major healing. You don't realize it within your shadow self. You've been enslaved within your shadow self by temptations. You've been tempted to try these things, these desires, but you've never tried them. And now you're at a point where you're actually trying these desires. And you're freeing yourself, like in here, or you can't really see, but I'm trying showing it. But like they're chained up anyway at the bottom of the card, and it's kind of like you've been trapped within your shadow self to these desires, to these temptations, and you've not gone ahead and tried it. Because you've been afraid, you've been too afraid. You've been saying this thing to yourself that, oh, curiosity kills the cat, curiosity kills the cat. But you really, really want to do these things, and you just sort of like been convincing yourself not to do it because you're like, oh, it's a bad thing, or it's like, oh, it's like this and it's like that. But you haven't done it, so you don't know. And you're like, at this point, you kind of like, as your love is increasing for yourself, you're like, I love myself, more than I did before. Why should I do things that are hateful towards me? Like, why am I punishing myself? Why am I not allowing myself to do the things that I really want to do? And this is what's happening here by you deciding to follow your heart more, deciding you just to do things that you actually want to do, that you feel within your heart that you want to do. You're actually moving forward very quickly. You're bringing back a lot of your energy. Your energy has been trapped. Like you've been unable to fully move forward. You've been unable to manifest your desires, is what I'm hearing here. You've not been able to manifest your desires. Like your desired reality, like your future, what you want from your future, it's not been coming in because your energy has been trapped to these ideas of things that you haven't done that you want to do, and you've always wanted to do them since you found out about them, or if you had an inkling about them. Like you've always wanted to do these things, and now you're starting to do them. It's very interesting. This temptation is you've been really tempted to do it, but you always talk yourself out of doing this thing. You've been in a lot of chaos within you, a lot of conflict within. Like a part of you is like, let's do this, and the other part's like, no, it's a terrible idea, and you're like kind of almost like convincing yourself. You're like a parent to yourself. You're like, no, this is I'm hearing you're like a mother to yourself. You're like, no, this is a bad idea. Like, you're gonna do this, and this is gonna happen, and that's gonna happen, and you need to be careful. Things are gonna not turn out the way that you want to, and something bad is gonna happen if you do this. And you've been talking to yourself like this. Like it's been really like like you've been very much opposing yourself within yourself. Like it's your shadow. It stems from your shadow self. this enslavement, it's really been fighting you um, from moving forwards. But you're freeing yourself from this before the week begins. As you step into the week, you're going to realize that by you doing these things, you're actually being spiritual. It's not, these things are not, these ideas you have of things that you want to do, they're not by chance, they're not an accident. Like, they've come into you for a reason. And you're realizing this here between Monday and Wednesday, that it's allowing you to tap into your spirituality more. Your energy is coming back to you. And as your energy is coming back to you, you're sort of plugging in the holes of your aura. I just saw your auric field here. It has a bit of holes in, a few holes in your auric field where energy is leaking out of you because you've been giving your energy away. And it's like, it's like it's like a tree, I guess. When they drain the tree of its sap for rubber and stuff like that, the tree withers and it dies eventually. It's kind of been like that in a way. Like, you've been withering away without realizing it. Like, you get sick quite a lot. I'm hearing you get sick quite a lot. You get physically sick quite a lot. You have headaches and migraines quite a lot as well. This is not because of some physical ailment. This is because of your energy. Again, I'm not a medical practitioner. This is for entertainment purposes only. But it's because of your energy. Your energy's been leaking away, and it's been causing these issues. And yeah, they've really been it's really been keeping you back. It's been causing you more problems than you realize, is what I'm seeing here. But you're really tapping into your spirituality now. You're realizing that you feel more energetic. You feel less tired, less fatigued all the time. At the beginning of this week, you're feeling like you feel like you were stuck in a daydream. Like, you're like, I haven't been really doing things. Like, it's really strange. It's like you're just coming awake all of a sudden. You're like, have I been in a daydream this whole time? Um, I think I'm hearing this this seagull. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's sounding like a singing bowl, like a note in the. I think it's like the crown chakra note. It kind of sounds like, that note. I think you need to do some crown chakra singing, but listen to some singing bowls on YouTube for, like the metal ones. I prefer the metal ones. The glass ones are alright, but the metal ones are better, I think, anyway. I like the Tibetan ones and the Himalayan singing bowls. If you listen to one for your crown chakra, I think that might be beneficial for you in this situation to sort of. I feel like you need to feel more connected to the spiritual realm. You need to feel more connected to your essence, and by listening to some, by doing listening to the singing bowl for your crown chakra, just your crown chakra. So they're like 10 minutes or something like that. It will really open up. Don't do it while you're sleeping. Do it while you're awake. Sit down somewhere and listen to it. You need to do it while you're conscious, because these things are conscious things. Like, what you're tapping into this week, at the beginning of this week, is very conscious. Like, you're really realizing that you're like, you've been in a daydream. Like, you've been like not living the way that you thought you should be living. Like, you're going to be having this sort of conversation. I'm tapping into your energy. We're having this sort of conversation where you're like, I haven't really been living the way I'm supposed to live. Like, I've just been like a shell of myself. Kind of like feeling like you've been living in a daydream, where life is just doesn't, like, you haven't really been doing things that you want to do, and you're like, what have I been doing with my time? And it's because your energy is coming back to you, and you're tapping into your spirit, your psychic gifts here at this point. They're really coming online. You're not really as connected as you'd like to be to your spiritual side. You feel like you are, but you're not. Your crown chakra is blocked here. It's not a massive blockage. It's just like a disconnection between your crown chakra, in your crown chakra. Sorry. And it needs to be opened up to allow your essence, your energy to flow properly. I feel like your energy, it is open. The crown chakra is open, but the connection's not strong. And by just you simply listening to some singing bowls, it will strengthen that connection. You don't realize that this thing that you're going through right now, it's going to allow you to manifest what you desire moving forwards. I'm hearing it's going to feel a bit uncomfortable as you're going through the first few days. You might have some migraines, extra migraines during the first few days, like Monday to Wednesday, as you're going through this integration. But there's some sort of opportunity that's coming for you that's going to make you feel very enthusiastic. You're going to feel very abundant. You're going to be able to manifest a lot quicker, manifest things a lot quicker. This situation as well, you don't realize that you manifested this situation to happen. You've been asking questions of how you can move forward, how you're able to level up, how you're able to get to the next stage. And this situation has come in to sort of allow you to, you've manifested this situation where, you've been following your heart, you've manifested this situation of you freeing yourself, freeing your energy within your subconscious, not your subconscious, your shadow self. This situation of you opposing yourself because you're not able to manifest exactly your dream reality, and this is why you've manifested. And now your manifestations moving forward are going to be a lot easier and a lot stronger than what you've experienced before, because your energy is less fragmented. It's going in one direction, which is your direction that you want to go in. There we go, One Direction. Maybe you should listen to One Direction. They're significant to you in some kind of way. Maybe some of their songs will help you in this time to transition. I feel like it's got something to do with this midweek energy that you have here. You're on sort of like this Nine of Swords energy. You're really like really negative within your mind. Fear, anxiety, worry, just a lot of worry, I guess. It's mostly worry and negativity, a bit of fear, and maybe a bit of anxiety as well. But it's about the time that you've wasted, while you've been like this. You're kind of like realizing that you've wasted a lot of time, and you're like, have I missed my chance at life? And that's why you need to listen to One Direction. You need to realize that you haven't missed anything. You're on the right track, you're going the right way. You're actually leveled up like a few levels. That's what's happened, compared to where you were. And things are going to move a lot. I feel like you've been waiting for a long time, but things are really going to move forward for you very quickly, because your energy is aligned now. Before it was fragmented, and it wasn't, you had like 10% of your energy going here, 10% there, 15% here. It was all scattered. Now, because you're freeing your subconscious, your subconscious. I keep saying subconscious. Maybe it's got some. You think it's subconscious. Yeah, you think it's subconscious. You've been in affirmations, haven't you? You've been doing affirmation work while you've been working on yourself. Like while you've been, you thought it was you needed a subconscious programming. It's not subconscious programming. It's a shadow self programming. Your shadow self is really dark. Your Cancer. You have a very dark shadow self, where you're really able to go into the depth. I'm seeing like the sea. Like you're really able to go right to the bottom of the sea. Your shadow self is very dark. You've lived in a very dark way. Not like as in a criminal way, but like as in the dark, as in you've been a nighttime person. Like you thrive on the nightlife. You thrive on the the things that are opposite of the daytime. Basically, is what I'd like to say. That's probably the best way I can explain it. Like you've lived a life where, not currently at the moment, but in the past, where you really were living the opposite of what happens in the daytime. Like everything that happens at night, you really embodied, and you really went far with it. It can involve some criminal stuff, but it's just a lot of chaos, a lot of fun, I guess you had, in living that way. And you're really able to go that way, but you this whole time you haven't realized that that it's not your subconscious, it's your shadow self. Your shadow self is really powerful. I think your shadow self at this time is more powerful than your subconscious mind. It's more powerful than your subconscious mind and your light self combined. And this is where the balance needs to happen. Like you need to free a lot of energy from your shadow self. And this is why you're in this energy. You kind of like, maybe I should go back into the darkness and live that life again. Maybe I should. return and do things the way I used to do things. Maybe that was the best life for me. Maybe the way I'm living right now is just an illusion, and this is where all this fear is coming from. You're like, that stuff was comfortable to me. It wasn't the best, but it was at least comfortable for me, and I enjoyed. I had a lot of fun, living that way. But this is just a fear. Fears are not real. It hasn't happened yet. Fear is something that you're worrying about something happening in the future, and this is not a confirmed thing that is going to happen to you. It's just it's a worry that is going to happen. Like the thing hasn't actually happened. But you're kind of looking and saying, I've wasted a lot of time. Maybe I should just go back into living that way, because if I go back into living that way, I can at least get a shortcut into a life, basically, of where I can be a bit more stable, have a bit more stability within my life. I feel like you desire a lot of stability within your life. I feel like things have been very up and down for you, very not even up and down. It's just been like you can't make sense of it. Like things have just been very strange. Like you keep trying to make sense of what's going on in your life, but it doesn't make sense. Like you just keep going through, it feels like you keep going through lessons, and you've just been working at them. You've been working at them in silence, like no one knows you've been going through this. Like I feel like you're spending a lot of your time right now by yourself, trying to figure out yourself. You're trying to master yourself. You're really trying to figure out yourself, and you're not doing this with people. You're doing this by yourself. I feel like you could socialize if you really wanted to, but you feel like those people are not really your people, and you really desire to meet better people in general. Um, Maybe you want to switch careers as well, and maybe you want to. I don't think it's a career switch actually. I feel like it's a whole switch you want to do. You want to move to not move, but not necessarily move, but you want to be in a different environment where people are different, and you're willing to change careers if you have to. That's where you're at right now. You really want to live a happy life, and you're in this energy of like really being fearful, worrying about I've wasted a lot of time. Maybe I should just go back to the old things. Maybe I'm just imagining my life right now, and I've just been overly emotional, and I've just been overthinking things, and this is you overthinking. You haven't been overthinking. You've actually been going the right way, but because you're doing it alone and you're not having any physical confirmation. Maybe you do get you do get confirmations, but you don't notice them as confirmations. Again, it's because you're not fully integrated. Your crown chakra is not fully connected. Just listen to some singing bowls; they'll greatly help you feel more connected. You are getting confirmations in the physical about that you are successfully moving forwards. Like you keep having things happen to you that feel very lucky, and you're like, oh, maybe I was here at the right place at the right time. You wasn't at the right place at the right time. It was because you've been almost like you're very blessed. You don't realize that you're very blessed, and as you're successful, as you're going through these stages of mastering yourself, you're getting blessings. You're being blessed by spirits. You're being blessed by gods and goddesses here, mostly gods. They're mostly masculine energies that are looking over you. But Aries is really protecting you at this time. He wanted me to let you know that you're really being protected at this time. You don't have nothing to. Maybe you're worried about, say, your safety. You're worried about your safety. You're worried about your security in regards to someone maybe doing something to you. And he's just wanted to come through and tell you that he's looking out for you. He's looking after you. You don't have anything to worry about. You're surrounded by hoplites. Like his sons are surrounding you. So you don't have anything to really worry about, and you don't have to go back into the past and live the way that you used to live. It's just a fear. The darkness is like showing up. It's odd here because on the devil, it's dark behind the devil, and here it's all dark as well. It's like by you being in this energy of feeling alone, feeling anxious, feeling negative, sorry, mostly just feeling negative. It's like this energy is just popping back up this all of a sudden. This energy of, you know, let's go back to the past. You know, it's your shadow self. That's it. It's a shadow self popping up saying, "Hey, man, you freed yourself from me, but you really need me, don't you?" It's kind of like this sort of conversation that's happening. Like your shadow self's popping up because you freed yourself from the shadow self, and your shadow self is coming up, whether you're, you know, a man or a woman, or anything in between. Your shadow self is popping up here and saying, "You freed yourself from me, but you need me now, don't you?" You don't realize this is your shadow self trying to cling on to you. Like this is not your true shadow self. This is a shadow self that's um not free. Like this is your restricted shadow self that's trying to restrict you. But because you've just freed it, it knows it knows if it doesn't attach itself to you now, you know, as you're, you know, within this week, not even within this week, within the first few days, that it won't exist anymore, because your shadow self is going to be able to become free. It's like it's evolving from a caterpillar to a butterfly. Your shadow self is like a caterpillar right now, and as you go and as you're doing more and more things, following your heart, you know, doing the things that tempt you, doing the things that your heart wants to do, you're turning into like this cocoon. And at the beginning of the week you're turning into a butterfly, but somehow or another that caterpillar, the original caterpillar, is coming to you somehow. Like he's is able to because your that shadow self was so powerful that it's able to re-manifest itself for a few days, and it's going to come to you midweek while you're about to, you know, while you're really coming online and you're really realizing who you are, to throw doubt into the way forward, because you're becoming free of it. It needs you to stay alive. And this is not your true shadow self. This is the unevolved shadow self. This is the clingy one, like not the clingy one, but it's the one that needs to cling. It's the one that is like an infant, but you need to let go of it. You need to free yourself from it, because your shadow self now is evolving into something more mature, more adult, more stronger in every way. And this is what you need right now in order for you to move forward, in order for your manifestations to come in order for abundance, you know, for just abundant life just in general. You need to let go of this infant shadow self within you, because without you it won't live, and it knows it, so it's trying to throw you. I feel like it's going to come in when you're trying to relax, when you're tired at the end of the day. It's going to try coming in and try throwing you off. When you're tired, just notice your mindset. Notice just tell yourself, this is not me. This is what you need to tell yourself. When you start to feel negative all of a sudden, I feel like you're not feeling negative before this happens. It's just going to come in all of a sudden. When you start having negative thoughts this week, tell yourself, this isn't my thoughts, because it's not. And your new shadow self is present, but it's almost watching you to see what decision you make. It's like flying, like I'm saying, like a beautiful butterfly flying around. It's a very dark butterfly. It's like a black butterfly with white and orange, and it's flying around, and it's got huge antennas, and it's like watching you as it's flying around to see what decision you make. And depending on what decision you make, it's either going to fly off or it's going to come to you, and it's going to integrate itself fully within you. It's almost like a test. You're being tested spiritually for your shadow self. Like you consider yourself to be quite dark as a person. Like you're not afraid of anything. Like you consider yourself to be somebody that doesn't get scared easily. Where you get scared in this situation, because you're really facing your darkness. Darkness for everybody is different, but here now you're facing your real darkness. What's dark to you. Now the question is, will you be afraid, or will you face your devil? Will you face your Well, yeah, your devil. Will you face your devil within inside of you? Because this is something that is so familiar to you. The shadow self is so familiar to you. You had a lot of fun with the shadow self, but it's time to let it go. It's time to evolve. It's time to grow. Like, and this is not something that's gonna happen like after a few years. This is literally within 2 3 days. Like, this is your energy from Wednesday to Friday. You're being asked to believe in yourself, have self belief, have see how far you've come. Like, you've made a lot of progress. You're at this point now. You can't see it here, but down here is half barren, half life. It's half barren, half life. Like, there's cracks in the ground, and then out here you have like a desert of gold, or like I see it as a desert of gold. Where it's just gold everywhere. It's like kind of like in June when they have spice. It looks like spices flying around as well, and then you've got all this gold. It's like so abundant for you. Where you're going, like you've come to the end of this chapter of living this way, of trying to figure out who you are. You figured out enough, but in order for you to actually move on, you have to let go of this old self, this old shadow self of you. You have to allow yourself, you have to want to travel. You have to not stay with what's familiar, but allow the new to come in. Allow yourself to travel, expand your horizons, expand what you know, what you think you know. Like, allow it to expand. Don't say that, let me go back to the past, let me go backwards, because you're only going to end up having the same situation. You're going to be stuck in this energy forever of trying to figure yourself out, and you're eventually going to turn very bitter. If you decide to go back, I don't know. I'm hearing years. You're going to be stuck in this cycle for another few years at least if you decide to go back at this point. Because there's like you need to go through situations again. You need to go through lessons again, because it's like you haven't actually completed the cycle. This is a cycle that's completing. You don't realize it. That this is a cycle that you're being tested here. I feel like you've gone around the cycle here. You've gone around the cycle here, and now you're being tested to see whether or not you pass the test of whether you accept the new, or you're gonna stick to the old ways. You've been asking for new, but will you accept the new? Will you accept the new when it shows itself to you? You're being really asked to balance yourself, juggle your emotions, juggle how you feel. Be in control of the decisions you make. Be in control of the way you think about things. Like, not overly controlling, like where you're like, oh, it needs to be like this, it has to be like, everything has to be like. But control yourself to where you're controlling your mind, where you're not allowing your mind to go back into old thinking patterns, or old ways of bringing yourself down, old ways of belittling, is it belittling? Belittling, I don't know. Is it belittling? Yeah, it is belittling, Belittling. Belittling. I don't know why it doesn't sound like a word. Belittling yourself. Belittling. There we go. Belittling yourself. Don't belittle yourself, okay? Don't go into mindsets where you belittle yourself. Bring harmony within yourself, and from a place of love, recognize, like, hey, it's like, things are turbulent within you in this period. You don't know what's right, what's wrong. You feel, you don't know whether the way you're thinking is just imaginary or if it's real. Like, you're like, is this pseudoscience? Is this fake? Am I just imagining things? You're not imagining nothing. This is your confirmation, and this reading is for you if you're really questioning yourself. You're doubting yourself. You're doubting what you've been doing. The last few months, the last few weeks. I'm hearing months mostly. You've been doing this. You've been in this journey pretty much this whole year. Most of this year, anyway, from about March. And you're really questioning yourself at this time, like, have I just been imagining this whole year? Because this whole year has just been a bit crazy for me, is what you're saying to yourself. And the truth of the matter is, you are. You're not crazy. You're right. You're exactly right. You've known this whole way what you've been doing. You've been leveling up. You've been led by spirit here. Again, powerful gods are watching over you. You're protected. You don't have to worry about nothing here. The only thing you have to worry about is what's coming from inside of you and how you feel. Your power is very strong here, but your power is very unbalanced, and it's like one side is trying to take over the other side. And if one side is able to take over the other side, it causes more. It causes a lot of problems within you, because your shadow self and your light self, if they're in conflict with one another, if one overtakes the other, them seeing the chariot, you will only have one sphinx. Like on the chariot, there's two sphinxes. There's a there's one that represents your shadow self and one that represents your light self, and you stand at the top, on the chariot, using your willpower to go move forwards in life. But if you only have one sphinx, it's not enough energy to pull your chariot, and that sphinx will eventually become too strong and it will break free. So your being will be compromised to your shadow self or your light self or whatever it goes. In this case, it's your shadow self here trying to take over you. And this is not your true shadow self. This is like a fake shadow self. It's like now it's a fake shadow self. At the time, it was true, but it got too much energy. It took too much energy from you. It took too much energy from your life, and it's almost taken a life of its own now. That's why it's able to survive for a few days, even when you free yourself from it. Like, this is not like some sort of, you're not under some sort of psychic attack or spiritual attack, or like some demon is after you. I'm like, I'm seeing some of you watching like, oh no, what's happening to me? Like, no, it's not you're not being hunted. Okay, this is just you freeing yourself from your own energy. Like, you have very powerful energy, but you're freeing yourself from your own energy here. And this thing, because you've given it so much energy, it can survive for a few days without you even realizing. And it's coming in when you're most tired during the day, and it's trying to attack you. And this is going to happen between Wednesday and Friday. It's not going to attack you straight away, because it's trying to wait for the best time to catch you when you least expect it. But now that you've watched this reading, you can expect it. But you're being asked to balance yourself, balance your emotion, really juggle your emotions. When you start to feel a certain way, juggle it. Juggling in this situation would be, why do I feel like this? But hold on, I had a good day today. Where's this coming from? Like, that's juggling. Like, if one bad thought comes in, you bring in a good thought, and it's like one. I'm seeing like the balls here being like one bad thought, one good thought, and one thought that questions all of them. So like, you're kind of like juggling here. But you need to be very practical about this. You need to be very productive about this. It's going to feel like hard work. It really is, because you naturally tend to that thinking pattern. It's an old pattern, but if you're able to get through it and allow it to not take over you, not allow it to make you feel negative, just negative in general, think negative in general for a few days, it's going to be gone forever. And you're going to be free of it, and that butterfly, which represents your new shadow self, is going to integrate into yourself, and this new shadow self is much, much, much more beautiful for you in every way. Like, this is a beautiful shadow of yours. This is your true shadow. By the end of the week here, between Friday and Sunday, you're being victorious in this situation. I don't even need to pull out an outcome. This is your outcome. You're actually victorious in this situation. You're seeing a lot of progress within yourself. You're realizing that this was a test and you've been successful, and you're very enthusiastic knowing that you are being led here, because you're really tapping more now into your spirituality. You're tapping into your psychic gifts here, and you're really understanding this journey, this whole year actually, of why you went through what you went through to get to this point where you are now. If you had tried to get to this point at the beginning of the year, it would have been impossible for you, because you've learned so much, because you've had an open mind. You've decided to have an open mind and trying to work on yourself. You've really had an open mind, trying to figure things out about yourself. You're trying to master yourself in every way. master why you think a certain way, why you behave a certain way, why you like certain things, why you you've questioned everything so deeply, and now you're at this point where things are turning around for you in a major way. Things are really improving for you. But if you were try to, let's say, if this sort of resolution, this situation where you had to face your shadow self, your old shadow self, your infant shadow self, if this had come about at the beginning of the year, you would have failed, and you know this, you would have failed, because that's all you knew at that point. But because of what you've been through this year, you've been guided by spirit very strongly here. I'm seeing Hermes show up as well for you, guiding you. You've been traveling a lot. Going to different places, different cities, and you've been traveling. And as you've traveled from one city to another city, you've really learned a lot about yourself. You've really lived life to experience life. And now you're at this point where you've grown so much. When within the space of a year, you've grown so much, and to grow like that, you know very well. And this is your confirmation that this reading is for you. You know very well that if someone was to try learning what you learned, it would have taken them years. You've almost bypassed everything and learned so much things so quickly within this year. Interesting. And guess what? Now this cycle is now whole. It's now fully whole. You've completed this cycle successfully. It's an accomplishment of the completion. It's not like you're actually trying to complete it. Like, you're completing it. This test is the at the beginning at the beginning of the week, the cycle is becoming whole. But yeah, to get tested. See, when you go through a cycle, at the end of the cycle, there's always a test. And this test it's called a test because it's going to test you specifically to see where you stand, to see if you have the hope, see if you have the faith, see if if you're going to go back into old ways, or if you're going to accept the new. And change is a good thing. Change is constant, and you know this now. Change is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. Maybe you viewed change as a bad thing before, and you really allowed your energy to stay stuck within the change. You allowed yourself to stay stuck with making a decision. Should I do something? Should I not do something? Should I do? And stay not allowing things to evolve, not allowing things to be more than what they could be. And you kind of you've changed your perspective now in a major way, and now this cycle is not just complete, it's sealed off now. You can't go back because you've passed the test. Like, the test is happening midweek, that test of the new cycle beginning. The new cycle actually begins for you midweek, when this thing tries to bring you back into the old cycle. See, when you start a new cycle, right, at the beginning of the cycle, you can go back into the old cycle, even though you've just started a new cycle. But if you get halfway through the cycle of the new cycle, and then you go back to the beginning, you can't go back to the old cycle at that point, because the energy is no longer existent. And that's kind of similar here with this infant shadow self, this old shadow self of yours, the fake one, is able to come back because you're in the new cycle. But as you're going through it, after a few days, it can't go back. It can't come back to you. That energy, that pathway for it to come back to you is gone. And it's the same when you go through halfway through the new cycle, and somehow if you end up at the beginning of the cycle, you can't go back to the old cycle, because that energy, that pathway no longer exists. And this is something you need to know, that this cycle is now complete. At the end of the week, as you pass this test, I don't even need to pull what's going to happen. You're very strongly within yourself. You have a very strong willpower. You know this. You're a very strong person. Emotionally too, you're very powerful emotionally. You're very connected to water. You don't realize it. You need to buy a gemstone, a ring, a necklace, or something like that. Earring, a crystal that's connected to the element of water. Is going to help you in the next few months really connect more to your intuition, connect more to your Yeah, intuition to your spirituality. I feel like you want to be more intuitively led. You have been intuitively led, but you feel like it's like you want to be more intuitively led. Like you want to really connect more to your intuition. You need to buy a gemstone that's connected to the water, to the element of water, and just wear it with you all the time. Um, Maybe you should start a business, a jewelry business, is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing your energy. You're like, maybe I should start selling jewelry. You should. This is your sign. If you've been considering it, this is your sign. This is your confirmation. Make jewelry, spiritual jewelry. This is what you want to make. Make it. It's going to be very successful. Yeah, you're going to be very successful. You're going to be able to heal people. Like your energy is really going to come through as a healer. Um, your cancer is also cancer is known as like a motherly healer. Your energy is really going to help people. You're going to build your own community as well by just you making your own jewelry, spiritual jewelry, however you want to do it. But this is your confirmation that this is for you because you've already been thinking about it. Or you might have that thought when I say this to you. When I just said what I said, you're going to be like, maybe I should, well, when I said you should buy some sort of gemstone that's connected to water, you're like, maybe I should have my own jewelry business. That's what you said to yourself. Again, this is your confirmation that this is for you. Because I heard your voice and I was like, that's not my voice. Let go of disappointments, let go of things that have abandoned you, let go of things that are thought patterns, beliefs. I'm getting strongly here, beliefs. Let go of beliefs that have disappointed you. Like I'm getting here very strongly that you've really believed a certain way. You believe people, that a certain type of people were good people and a certain type of people were bad people. Let go of that belief. Let go of that. That's a disappointment, but because you've been disappointed because the people that you thought were good people turned out to be bad people, and the bad people that you assumed were bad people you never got to know. And now you're in this sort of thing where you're like you don't know what's right, what's wrong in regards to people. Let go of disappointments. Let go of things that have abandoned you, left you feeling abandoned. Let go of it. Really look within yourself and let go of these things. Because if you do this jewelry business, it's going to be very important for you to have an open mind and just connect to the moon. That's all you need to do. Connect to the moon, connect to the water, really connect to the water. I feel like you're going to be connected to the water, but you need to connect to the moon after you connect to the water. There's your confirmation if you can hear it. On the moon card, there's a dog, and the dog barks at the moon. Oh, and there's a wolf, and they bark at the moon. So there's your confirmation that you need to connect to the moon as well. But yeah, you've really completed the cycle by the end of the week and it's sealed off. Moving forwards, you'll no longer be affected by the old. The old is all going to dissolve. It's all going to be gone. It's going to feel like overnight, like things have just changed for you. You're going to integrate everything that you've accomplished. And this in itself is going to feel like a major accomplishment. You're going to be very nurtured by the end of this, and you're feeling very successful. You're victorious. You might be celebrating towards the end of this week, and it's rightfully so. You shouldn't celebrate. You should have a good time, enjoy yourself, be enthusiastic. Just know you've completed a cycle, a major cycle in your life, where things weren't moving forward, things weren't happening for you, and you were questioning about what you were doing wrong and what you needed to do right. And you were really trying everything of, let me try this, let me try that, let me try this, and nothing really worked for you. You've come to the end of that cycle. It's a big, big, big deal. It's really big deal here for you. You have the power now, and you realize very strongly you have the power now to nurture yourself, to create what it is that you not create, but like to manifest what you want. And your manifestations are going to be a lot stronger. You're going to be feeling a lot more abundant anyway from the beginning of this week as you tap more into your spirituality, more into your psychic gifts. yeah, you're more whole within yourself. You're really integrating the wholeness of yourself, of what you've learned, and you're taking it on into this new chapter, this new cycle. It's not even a cycle. It's I hate to say new cycle because it seems like you're going through something again, the same thing. It's like you're going through a square now. You went through a circle, you're going through a square or a rectangle or a triangle, I don't know, a different shape. You're going for a different shape this time, rather than what you've been before. And they will make sense to you, I know it will. That's why I said it. um, So your outcome here is you're getting really clear within your mind. You're getting very clear by the end of this week. So this is your outcome for the week. You're getting really clear within your mind about where you're going, who you are, what you're doing, your ideas. Basically, you're able to express yourself more easily now. Your shadow self is your real shadow self is going to integrate within you, and you're going to realize a lot of things about that time when you were in that dark period, about who you are and about what that old shadow self represented. That addiction, it represented an addiction of some kind. It was addicted to something. It was addicted to not just one thing. It was addicted to a few things. It wasn't your real shadow self, but your shadow self now that is coming through is allowing you to express yourself to yourself a lot more easily. It's like you're more whole, like you're not fighting yourself anymore. Your shadow self is not fighting your light self anymore, and you don't have to get in between and try breaking up the fight every time. And they're like, it's almost like you're having this like commune, like this sort of like meeting within you of all the like your shadow self, yourself, and your light self. Like you're having a big like meeting like within you where you're able to really express yourself very deeply about what you now desire from life, what you want to do, where you want to go, what's good for you. And you're able to communicate this now with the help of your shadow self and your light self together. You're not just going off now and communicating from yourself. You stutter a lot when you talk, or like you find it difficult to really say what you mean. Like you really beat around the bush. And now that's changing. You're going to notice when you speak to people, you're going to be a lot more, you're going to be able to convey your message, whatever you're trying to ask. You're going to be able to ask it how you feel inside, how you want to ask it, because you're no longer in conflict within yourself, and you're going to be able to really communicate a lot more easily. You're going to have less social anxiety as well. You get socially anxious, but it was because your insides are always fighting. But you're having a lot of clear thinking. Your mind is very clear now. It's I'm seeing like the sky blue, like a blue sky, and there's no clouds. All the clouds are gone. It's just clear. You can see where the sun is. You can see where your sun is, and you're realizing here that not even realizing, but you're feeling it. You're really feeling it. That you're stepping into your dream life. Like you're stepping into your fairy tale. I feel like a fairy tale is a better word than a dream life. The dream life gets thrown around a lot, doesn't it? But you're stepping into your fairy tale life. Like your fairy tale is beginning now, and it's here for you. And you're going to feel a lot more love, a lot more divine love from within and from, the spiritual realm and from people. You're going to feel a lot more harmonious with people. You're going to feel more harmony within. Because you're feeling more harmonious within, the people you're going to meet are also going to be harmonious within, and you're going to be in harmony with one another. Just in general, this is all kinds of relationships. You're going to be being much better people. Like I said, like the old cycle is not going to be with you anymore. It's going to be overnight. You're going to be feeling it from between Friday and Sunday during the week. I'm not going to so normally I pull out challenges for you, for every sign, but I'm not pulling out any challenges for you because I'm being told that you have a lot to focus on already. This is all you need to focus on this week. The rest of the stuff that's happening around you externally, just avoid it. Avoid it. Get out of it. Avoid it as much as you can. Whatever you're in, avoid it, and it will it will because if you, by me giving you challenges and you worrying about the challenges, you're gonna be more focused on the challenges as opposed to what's really important here is this infant shadow self. It's quite malevolent. It doesn't want you to grow. It wants you to be stuck. So if you're focusing on other things other than this infant shadow self that's going to reappear, it's going to take a lot of energy to deal with it in the first place. And second of all, it's going to give it more power over you because you're worried about more things. If you're just worried about this one thing, you can defeat it easily. It's like you've got more enemies if you. It's gonna give it more power to create like more enemies for you within yourself, to go back to convince you that you need to go back into the way that you were doing things before. Again, this is your test. This is a test, and when you have a test, it's best to have one test, not many tests. With the one test, so you can revise. For this test when it happens, so you're ready. So when this thing comes up, straight away, you're like, this ain't me. I'm gonna start juggling you. I'm gonna throw in a good thought, and I'm gonna throw in a thought that questions that bad thought and a good thought. And again, so when it comes in and be like, my life is shit or whatever, and you could throw in and be like, wait, hold on, I had a good day. That's a good thought. And then you'd be like, but why am I thinking that life is shit? And why am I thinking that life is I had a good day today? And that's another thought. Like, you need to throw in like 2-3 thoughts like that when you have a bad thought. And it's only going to happen. Tell me how it goes for you. I'm quite curious. It's only going to happen between 2 and 3 days. And it's not going to be continuous. Like, once you're able to defeat it, it won't. That be it. Some of you will be on Wednesday. You'll be able to defeat it. Some of you defeat it on Thursday. But once you've defeated it, that's it. It's done. Your new shadow self is not going to allow it to come back. Once you've defeated it, that's it. It's gone. Like, the energy's going to dissolve. And your new shadow self is going to. It's like a butterfly. Like I was saying, it's a butterfly. It's a very beautiful butterfly. Huge wings. It's like not a normal size butterfly. It's like a big butterfly, and it's just going to fly into you. And that old shadow self is going to be dissolved before this even happens. So it's gonna, as soon as you turn it away and you say, that's not me, that's not my story, it's gonna be destroyed. It's gonna destroy itself because it doesn't have any energy to latch onto. Once you deny its energy source, it's like I'm saying a plug. Once you take the plug out, like when you have a charging cable and you have the sub plug that goes into the socket into the wall. Once you take that out, that's it. It's done. And that's what's needed here. But I'm going to pull you out one more card here, so to help you really step into your future, because you feel very alone in this journey, and you're not sure, like, if you're imagining things and if things are really going to work out for you. Like, you've really been alone at this, and you do need a little nudge, and this little nudge for you here to continue nurturing yourself. You're going to be very prosperous. You're going to be able to manifest what it is you desire. This is you right now, the pentacle. You're like this pentacle right now, and this is the spiritual realm. There's not just gods and goddesses watching over you. The universe is also watching over you. There's a lot of spirits that are looking out for you at this time. They're mothering you, even though your energy is very healing as well. You're being healed by this woman is representative of the spiritual realm looking after you as you're going through life this whole year. This is you, that you're this look how caring she is towards this pentacle. Like, there's no harm that will come to this pentacle as long as this pentacle is in her lap. Like, you're really being looked after here. Don't worry about how things are looking in your external right now. The internal work is the most important. As you have been doing a lot of internal work this year, your energy is not split anymore. It's like, I'm seeing like a spectrum here where your energy is going all over like this, a half circle. All your energy is just shooting out, And as you've been doing the inner work, that circle's been getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, and now it's in a straight line. So that's representative of your energy, of where it wants to go. Your energy is now able to really focus and go where exactly it wants to go to achieve what it is that you want to achieve. And what you want to achieve is this, right? Wealth, success, happiness, gratitude. Like you really want to be happy, grateful for your life, grateful for your wealth, and that's what's coming for you very soon. Just keep the hope and faith, and hopefully you do pass this test, because it's a big test for you. If you fail this test, you're going to end up in a few years of trying to come back to this point where you can take the test again. But I'm confident you will pass the test. I mean, cards are telling me that you will pass the test, and you're going to step into your destiny. You're going to step into your true destiny. You're going to step into, again, this square. You're not stepping into a cycle, you're stepping into a square. It's a different shape. It's a completely different experience. This is what you need to tell yourself, that you're stepping into a different experience altogether, and you're going to be finding your power more and more as you go along. You're starting to tap into your power this week, with your spirituality and psychic gifts. Listen to the singing bowl that I was saying for your crown chakra. It's going to really help, and you're moving forward. You're going to be stepping more and more into your power. It's like you're unsealing your power. You're unsealing your the power that's hidden within you. You're unsealing it, and this is very important for you, because you need to. You're at this place where you've been wanting to feel fulfilled by life, and now it's happening for you. Just keep moving forwards, and hopefully defeat this infant shadow self, because it's not your true shadow self. Your true shadow self is wanting to come in, but you have to let go of it. This one, and this one is going to show up in the form of negativity, negative thinking, negative emotions. It's going to stem from negative thinking, and then it's attached to negative emotions. But other than that, I'm going to leave your reading here. If you did like the reading, leave me a like, comment, subscribe. If you would like a personal reading, my website is in the description. And other than that, have a fantastic week, and I shall see you soon.